What if we told you that the way you pet your cat, the words you use, or even the way you say goodbye is creating permanent memories in their brain? Memories that define your entire relationship? Research shows that cats carry episodic-like memories for experiences that strike deep emotion. You might be doing the little things right, but it's these 7 hidden acts of love that will stay with your cat forever, shaping how they remember you long after their whiskers turn white. We're starting with the one secret that 95% of owners miss, yet reduces your cat's stress by 40%. Watch this before you interact with your cat again. Your bond depends on it. Number 1. The temporal gland secret. Watch where they touch your face. Most cat parents stroke their cat's head wrong. You probably do the top of head pat, maybe scratch behind the ears, but there's a spot that carries 10 times more emotional significance. The temporal gland sits right between their eye and ear, that soft, warm patch where their cheek meets their temple. When mother cats groom their kittens, they focus obsessively on this exact spot. The movement releases a cascade of oxytocin that literally rewrites their stress response system. Here's the fascinating part. Research from Oregon State University found that cats who receive regular temporal gland stroking show 40% lower cortisol levels throughout their entire lives, not just during petting, permanently. A gentle, circular motion with just your fingertip. These pheromones create what researchers call a social odor memory that becomes part of your cat's permanent emotional landscape. Number 2. The daily conversation. The daily words they're waiting for. Your cat needs something from you that has nothing to do with food or play. Japanese researchers using fMRI scans discovered that cats who are talked to regularly develop a thicker auditory cortex. The part of their brain that processes human speech actually grows. But wait, there's something darker here. Cats who grow up in quiet homes show the same neurological patterns as cats with hearing loss. Their brains literally atrophy from lack of stimulation. Your cat needs you to narrate your life to them. Not baby talk, though. That high-pitched voice increases their anxiety. They need conversational tones. Tell them about your terrible meeting. Explain why you're choosing that can of food. Describe the weather while you both look out the window. They recognize emotional states just from vocal cadence. In multi-cat households where humans rarely speak, cats develop what behaviorists call selective mutism. They stop vocalizing altogether because they've learned communication doesn't bring connection. Number 3. The 5 to 7 a.m. ritual. What happens between 5 and 7 a.m.? Your cat performs a morning ritual you probably ignore every single day. Between 5 and 7 a.m., cats experience a social checking behavior. They need to confirm their colony is intact. University of Georgia researchers documented something remarkable. How you respond in those first 10 seconds shapes their entire day. Cats who receive what they call morning acknowledgement, just a few short words, a slow blink, a gentle touch, show dramatically different behavior patterns for the next 16 hours. They eat more, they play more. But cats whose morning check-ins were ignored. After an average of just 12 days, they stopped performing them altogether. The neural pathway that drives this bonding behavior actually begins to prune itself through a process called synaptic elimination. Your cat's brain literally stops expecting connection. You don't even have to get up. A mumbled "good morning" or even just opening your eyes activates their attachment system for the entire day ahead. Number 4. Respecting the threshold. The signal most people miss. Every cat has a breaking point you've probably pushed past hundreds of times without realizing the damage you're causing. Cornell University discovered the petting threshold, a neurological limit where pleasure turns to overstimulation. Watch for these signals: tail flicking, skin rippling, ears rotating backward. Their nervous system literally cannot process more touch without triggering a stress response. When you respect these signals and stop immediately, something profound happens neurologically. Their brain releases GABA, a neurotransmitter that reinforces trust pathways. They learn you're safe precisely because you stop. Pushing past their signals activates their sympathetic nervous system, the same fight-or-flight response triggered by predators. Your cat maintains a detailed memory of every boundary interaction. These memories accumulate into what researchers term their human safety map. Don't let yourself be mapped as unsafe. Number 5. The departure ritual. How you leave changes everything. You're probably traumatizing your cat every time you leave the house. They recognize your routine: keys, shoes, bag. Their heart rate increases by 30%. Most people either ignore them completely or do lengthy emotional goodbyes that increase anxiety. Both cause lasting psychological damage. What your cat desperately needs is a departure ritual, a consistent, calm pattern that signals return. Animal behaviorists recommend something specific: a particular phrase, the same time, a treat placed in the same location. Through repetition, this ritual creates predictive security in your cat's hippocampus. Cats with established rituals show 50% less destructive behavior. They don't develop the stress-related UTIs that plague anxious cats. Without this ritual, cats spend hours in a vigilant state, unable to rest, waiting for a return they can't predict. Number 6. The illness vigil. The vigil they need but never get. When your cat is sick, they need something most people completely misunderstand. They need what researchers call social proximity without interaction. This stems from their wild cat ancestors, where injured cats would position themselves where colony members could see them. University of California, Davis found that cats who receive appropriate illness vigil show measurable differences in recovery. Their immune markers improve 25% faster. But what's appropriate? Sitting in the same room doing quiet activities. Not constantly checking, not forcing interaction, just being there. Your silent company triggers the release of immunoglobulin A, an antibody that fights infection. Your presence literally strengthens their immune system through a process called psychoneuroimmunology. Isolation during illness triggers abandonment stress, delaying healing by up to 40%. These moments become core memories inscribed in the limbic system. Number 7. The final conversation. The words they wait a lifetime to hear. Cats know when they're dying. They have a biological drive to hide their decline, but in your home, this instinct becomes torture. They want to let go, but feel they can't because it might distress you. Veterinary thanatologists have documented that cats whose owners verbally acknowledge what's happening show measurable stress reduction in their final days. Cortisol levels drop. Purring increases. They seem, for lack of a better word, peaceful. They need you to tell them it's okay, that you know, that they don't have to pretend anymore, that they've been good, that they're loved, and when they're ready, they can go. This is creating what specialists call emotional hospice, a space where death isn't fought but acknowledged. How you handle that transition becomes their final memory, encoded until the very last moment of consciousness. Every cat is writing a memoir of their time with you, encoded in neural pathways that last a lifetime. The way they remember you is based entirely on these 7 profound scientific acts. Which one will you start practicing today? If this video fundamentally changed the way you look at your relationship with your cat, hit the like button and subscribe to FelineMind for more science-backed secrets. And let me know in the comments, which of these 7 secrets surprised you the most?